What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to Big Bro and Little Sis Reacts. I just wanted to give you a little update and give you this little intro to the Game of Thrones history and lores. I did not edit this video down like I normally do. I just didn't think it was worth the time, truthfully, since it's just a big chunk of information for like an hour and 20 minutes. So I'm going to link the full reaction in the description. It's available to everybody. Just click the link. I will give you guys the first like 5 minutes in this video, but of course that's just a small piece of the reaction. But the full thing is available. You can watch your favorite parts of it. You can watch the whole thing. You can do whatever you want with it. The link is yours. There will be a slight break for you guys for the season 2 reactions. Not too long, hopefully by the end of the month, if not like the first week of August. It won't be that long. Just need some time to edit, but I'm having like a really busy week and like my hours next week are insane. So it's just like I barely had time to like edit. So that's why I kind of took this break this month, because I knew like my schedule was going to be insane and all over the place. But with that being said, there are 4 episodes of season 2 up and available. I am going to try to slip in a 5th one, well, another one, which would be at 5 episodes this week. So I'll have half of season 2 up. So subscribe to Patreon for that. I'll probably be going to 2 uploads a week for as long as I can. So season 2 will be rapidly finishing up. If it should probably be done maybe by like the end of this month, like I said, the beginning of August. And I'll be rolling into season 3, and I'll just be getting YouTube up with season 2. So yeah, if you guys want to get ahead, Patreon's the place. But yeah, otherwise, I know a lot of you guys have asked for the history and lores, so here it is. Enjoy it. And I will see you guys for season 2 of Game of Thrones.
In the dawn age of Westeros, before the coming of man and the raising of castles and cities, there were only the children of the forest. Little is known of them now, but it is said they were small in stature, dark and beautiful, and no taller than children when grown to manhood. They lived in the depths of the forests and hidden villages, crannogs and caves. They hunted with weirwood bows and armed themselves with blades of obsidian. Their wise men were called Green Seers and were possessed of powerful magic. They worshipped nameless, faceless gods of the forest, stream and stone. According to legend, it was they who carved faces in the great white trunks of the majestic weirwoods. Their deep-cut eyes were red with sap and ever watchful. 12,000 years ago, the first men came from the eastern continent, crossing a land bridge called the Arm of Dawn. Riding their great horses and wielding weapons of bronze, they cut down the children's forests and weirwoods. A terrible war raged between the children and the first men that lasted for centuries. At long last, the 2 races sought an end to the years of horror and bloodshed. They met on a small isle in the centre of a great lake called the God's Eye. It was there they forged the pact. The first men would be granted dominion over the coastland, the mountains, the high plains and the bogs, but the deep forest would forever belong to the children, and no weirwood tree would ever again fall to man's axe. To seal the pact before the gods, the children carved a face in every weirwood tree on the island, which came to be known as the Isle of Faces. But the pack could not withstand the coming of the Andal, a race of tall,
Didn't I see one of those faces in one of the episodes?
Fire and weapons of steel.
It was in a tree.
Slaughtering the children of the forest wherever they could find them, burning out their weirwood groves, hacking away at the faces of the old gods, and spreading their own religion through the land. Centuries of war followed, and the Andals conquered every kingdom in Westeros, save one, the North. The Kings of Winter were able to withstand the Andal invasion, and descendants of the first men dwell there to this day and continue to worship the old gods. As for the children of the forest, those who survived the slaughter are said to have fled far north and have not been seen again. Most assume they're long dead, and some don't believe they ever existed. They live on only through song and legend, and in the faces of the weirwood trees.
We did see one of these trees. I think Bran was sitting outside one of the forests when he was like, I think he was praying or something.
When Aegon the Conqueror invaded
I know
Westeros,
I've seen one of those trees in the
he
show.
had 7 kingdoms to contend with. The Kingdom of the North, the the Kingdom of the Mountain
Was
and the
John
Vale,
standing on that one when he took his
the
oath?
Iron
I don't know.
Islands, the Kingdom of the Rock, the Kingdom of the Reach, the Stormlands, and Dawn. These regions had been established by the first men thousands of years before, in the Age of Heroes. One hero of this fabled age was Bran the Builder. Bran raised the wall and built the stronghold of Winterfell, establishing House Stark and reigning as the first king in the north.
Okay.
Other legends tell of the Grey King in the Iron Islands. Grey King took a mermaid
Greyjoy's
to
people,
and
right?
defeated Naga, the first sea dragon.
Not the sea dragon.
House Greyjoy of Pike, the current rulers of the region, claim to descend from him. House Casterly ruled the gold-rich Westerlands from their mighty seat of Casterly Rock, but their lands and power were swindled from them by the
Catelyn's sister,
legendary
right?
trickster, Lan the Clever. The noble house of Lannister is said to have descended from him.
Okay.
The verdant and
Of course
fertile
he's a
lands of
trickster.
the Reach were first ruled by House
Damn
Garden,
Lannisters.
whose founder, known as Garth Greenhand, wore a crown of flowers and vines. He ruled from Highgarden as the first king of the Reach and was said to have made the land bloom. Many noble houses trace their bloodlines back to him, including the current lords of Highgarden, House Tyrell. In the Stormlands, according to ballads of
Who's
the
a
age,
Tyrell?
a warrior named Durin fell in love with Elenai, whose father was god of the sea and mother was goddess of the wind. She gave her maidenhead to him, committing herself to a mortal life. In rage, her parents called upon the winds and waters, destroying Darren's Bayside Keep and wiping out his wedding guests. Darren declared war on the gods and rebuilt his keep, which was also destroyed. 4 more castles he raised, each stronger than the last. All fell to the power of the gods. But Darren's 7th castle, Storm's End, withstood the gods' rage. Darren became known as Darren Godsgrief and reigned as the first Storm King. There are countless other tales from the Age of Heroes, too many to count. These histories weren't recorded in a book, but passed down from generation to generation through story and song. And while some of them may be dismissed as fairy tales, every one of the 7 kingdoms is defined by them.
Not Viserys.